Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to address this common question that I believe every business owner, especially D2C brands or e-commerce brands, or virtually any business that have run some sort of social media paid ads, TikTok meta ads before, have all kind of run into, which is why are my ads not profitable? And over the course of the last few months, I have done a lot of audits, and the first question they always ask me is, why aren't the ads profitable? So after doing these type of audits and consultancy for many different campaigns and brands and accounts, I've identified a few common things that I have seen that really are the reasons why most of these ads aren't profitable. So in this video, I wanted to share with you the number of things that you need to focus on in order to make your ads profitable. And the good news is, the idea is simple. You only need to focus on the three important elements: offer, the campaign, and the landing page. The bad news is there are many moving parts. So not necessarily the things I've touched on are exactly the reason why your campaign isn't working. But what I can assure you is one of your issues will fall under one of these three categories. So for the rest of the video, I'm going to go through one by one. I'm going to go through each of the issues that I have seen for many other accounts one by one. So hopefully you will take away some of the good lessons here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos like this. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. As I mentioned before, there are really essentially three elements that you need to look at to identify the issues within your ad account that are causing your ads to be not profitable. But the first common reason that exists among most of the accounts that really prevented them having profitable ads is the ad account itself. And if we break down the ad account, there are two elements to it: the media buying part and the ad creatives. So after iOS 14.5, so essentially there are two parts to the ad account: media buying, the ad campaign, the actual structure that you are running the ads, and the second is the ad content, the actual ads that you are running in the campaigns. So let's first talk about media buying side of things. After iOS 14.5, particularly after 2021, a lot of the media buying tactics or tricks that people used to do no longer work, because Facebook doesn't really have that much data as they used to have. So you are able to run a lot of crazy retargeting or audience targeting campaigns that really help you to take advantage of the consumer insights that Facebook has into their audience. But since most of the data now are protected behind a privacy wall, so Facebook no longer has as much or as accurate of data as it used to have. So now really when it comes to media buying, the thing that you can only do is consolidating all the campaigns into one, simplifying the targeting, whether that is audience targeting, interest targeting, or doing some sort of really complex lookalike audiences, or etc. So now you really want to just leave targeting broad and have a very simple ad account structure. So apart from that, what also changed post iOS 14.5 is really how to properly test creatives. Now the focus is moving away from media buying, constructing a very complex campaign structure, to how to properly test ad creatives, how to extrapolate important and valuable creative insights in order to really scale profitable creatives and to iterate on those winning ads. So the method that we are following for proper testing framework for ad buying is really to create a separate ad creative testing campaign where you want to do CBO or ABO and to give all these ads a proper chance to test and see which one will have the highest spend. And of course, you want the ads to also be profitable as well. So overall, media buying has just become much simpler, and you shouldn't be doing a lot of very granular and sophisticated audience testing and campaign structures. Now let's move on to ad creatives. So the biggest distinction I have now noticed between accounts that aren't profitable and between accounts that are is the fact that the brands and accounts that have a general and very consistent creative direction often works much better. So essentially that means is you already found your product market fit. You already know a few working marketing angles that work well for your audience, and you know a few things very detailed about your audience, what they're looking for, what their interests are, what are some of the things that they're struggling with. So those learnings and lessons that these accounts that do run profitable ads don't just come out of thin air. Those actually came from the fact that they are running a very professional and working creative testing framework inside their ad account by utilizing different marketing angles, utilizing a diversified creative content such as UGC, video content, static images, GIFs, carousels, and lastly, having a proper performance creative reporting system, where they can identify the best ad and know how to iterate from the winning elements inside the content. System does sound advanced, and more often or than not that we have seen bigger brands do have better resources, better capital, and also overall better insights and talent to really leverage this proper testing creative framework to extrapolate and to squeeze out more insights and lessons, and have an in-house but also outsourced creative team to help them continue to iterate and continue to create variations off of these unique concepts and creatives. That said, it doesn't mean smaller brands don't stand a chance. Here, I think in order for smaller brands to win, first, you really need to crack virality, how to create viral content, how to create viral videos. It is super hard to grow a small brand from 0 to 1. So obviously you need to be a little bit unique. You need to leverage and capitalize on things that are harder to do for these bigger brands when they just can spend dollars to get the impression and reach. So for smaller brands, my advice is to really take a lot of time to understand and learn how virality works, how to create viral and popular content and videos. So that is a few things I wanted to go over when it comes to the most important reason why your ads aren't profitable is because the ad account itself. So I will say 80% of your time, diagnose what went wrong, what could be improved inside the ad account. And I could say probably out of those 80% of the time, 99% of that will guarantee to be the ad creative itself, because media buying has really become more automated and there really isn't that much you could do. Now let's move on to offer. So after doing an audit and going over your ad account, the next thing that you wanted to take a look at and to consider is the viability of your offer. So at this stage, if you are already a brand that is doing, let's say, above 100K per month, offer might not really be the issue or reason why your ad account isn't profitable, because you have already found the product market fit. So you definitely know what your audience are buying, what the best popular item is. So obviously you want to drive traffic, especially when you're exploring a new ad platform. Obviously you want to drive traffic to the best selling item. So for offer stage, I really think this applies to brands that are doing less than 100K per month and is specifically exploring a new ad platform. So here, several things I wanted you to take a look at for your offer is, first, are you running some sort of holiday special discounts or sales when it's the holiday season, such as December? And the second thing is, are you building or creating a special intro offer for this new audience, such as 20% off? So some basic offer that you can do as an intro offer is 20% off, 15% off, or buy this one and get the other one at 50% or 30% off. So the idea is you do want to have some sort of intro offer to a new platform, particularly when you are running to a cold audience as top of funnel creatives at this current stage. And the last thing I wanted to touch on for the offer is what I've noticed is for businesses and brands that run a catalog of products, sometimes they have chosen the wrong products to actually run the ads and traffic to the website. So what I mean by that is you want to find the products that you have seen the best ad performance, have the best LTV, and has the lowest CAC, and just overall that represent your brands the best. That overall represent your brand the best in terms of the market reputation or audience perception and perspective. So if you're a brand that has many different products to promote, definitely consider those factors and elements before you decide on which product that you want to run the ads for. So last thing is the landing page. Obviously, compared to many other marketers or people that are in the space, I have a quite contrarian opinion, which is I don't think landing page matters that much if you have killer creatives and a really great offer. So that's why I think landing page should be the least thing that you want to focus and take time, especially when other things aren't as good as it's supposed to be, especially ad content. But with that said, I still wanted to touch on landing page because this is still a part of the consumer journey, because this is actually the place where they will place a purchase and to complete the conversion. So inside the landing page, a few things that you definitely want to include is number one, the social proof. Whether that is your product or your brand has featured in any reputable publications or newspapers or magazines, or have a ton of 5-star or 4-star or average 5-star-ish reviews. And number two, you want to have clear product images. So this is actually, in fact, one of the best things that you could do, and you could continue to do and improve on a landing page, which is getting better quality and product images. So the last thing I wanted to touch on here is the site speed. So site speed is definitely one of the elements that will affect your website conversions when it comes to the landing page. So you need to have a site speed that is at least above a B rating on Google Site Speed Insights. So if you're below B or C or even D, definitely now is the time to really boost up that speed, and at least for your mobile version, your mobile website needs to be a B, or even better, a B plus or even an A. So those are things I would like to touch on for a landing page. Obviously, not a ton. These are just 3 things that I've found that really help you increase your conversions once the customers and audience do land on your page. Before I close off this video, just wanted to quickly summarize. First thing that you definitely wanted to look at is the ad account itself, the campaign structure and the ad content that you are actually running. So the campaign structure and the ad content you're running. And number 2 is the offer. What are you selling to the audience? What's some type of offer you're running? And number 3 is the landing page. So hopefully you have taken away some good lessons from this video. Give a like if you did, and subscribe for more videos in paid marketing and paid ads and how to run good profitable campaigns for Meta and TikTok. So hope to catch you guys in the next video.